Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So, I'm back again. After last night's mess up at the beginning, I thought I'd just keep it simple and just come in without none of the... I was trying to put up some video, but it didn't work, did it? So I thought this time I'll just do it normal with obviously a count in and a hoon in. So here we go. And I've got to say straight away, because Colin's at the top there, so he's a top man. So well done, Thomas. And I can say, not Shay, Thomas, you're a top man. Harvey's in as well. Oh God, we're doing all the Spanish stuff now. Buenos noches, young Sean. Susan's in as well. Well done. Oh, Tilly's dad's in as well. What a top man. Well done, Tilly. Keep on the dog biscuits, that's what I say. Steve's in the house as well. So we've got 21 in the house already. And Rob's in. He's not gone out shopping tonight. Sound is good today. Yeah, I think I've sussed it out. I tried to be clever last night and it just didn't work. And I thought what I'll do, I'll keep it simple. But I thought I'd just do it in because as the wife's not here, I've got nothing to do. I'll only be sat up there watching the telly, and I thought I might as well just come down here, have a chat for an hour, see who's on, see what's going on. We've got 27 in the house now. We got Paula in as well, top lady, and the other half, Jazz, he's in as well. Well done. Still enjoying. I mean, today, can't believe the temperature today, guys. And I'm talking about the shade was 21. 21 in the shade. I just can't believe it. And I can see Chris is in the house tonight. What a top man. Top man, Chris, for popping in. I've got Keith as well. He's in as well. Ola. See, I can say those sort of words. Eamon's in the house as well. I've got Sue. So I've got Rob. Rob's again in the house. Thomas wants to know who's singing on A tonight. Is he? Haven't got a clue. As far as I know, well, singing on A. I don't think anybody's singing on A tonight. One, it's too dark. I think there was a quiz about 6 o'clock tonight, but there was no singing. But I expect over on B, there's probably something going on in the bar salud. But I don't know personally. Nothing gets put up on Facebook. So what do you think? See, Expats in again with the first question. So what do you think about Agilis? We may be moving there. So Agilis, obviously, is the name of the town, but it's also a name, Eagles. That's the name of the town. It's called the Eagles. Strange name for a town, but I'll tell you what, it's a lovely place. It is a lovely place. I don't know whereabouts you're going to be moving in Agilis, but it is a lovely town. I've been there. I've been exploring the town. I've got a friend that lives there, and little by little, because it's such a big town as well, and there's some interesting things there. It's got a lot of history. It's got the old metal pier. I think it's the only iron Victorian pier in Spain, and I believe by next year it'll be open up to the public. But underneath they got they call it the tunnel, and it's open to the public. I think most weekends, especially on a Sunday, it's open free. But don't swear at me on that. But I've been there, and that's pretty. I mean, because it's all about the history, obviously about mining. They used to bring all the iron ore along by train when there was a train system there, up onto the pier, and then they'll drop it onto the steamships and then send it off to wherever around the world, I suppose. So yeah, lovely place. I've done a few videos on Agilis. I mean, like I said before, I haven't really explored it all, but there's some amazing back streets. God, they got like 3 windmills up in the shopping area. It's worth looking at. You've got some amazing views. I haven't been up to the castle yet, but I've been up to the restaurant, which is just below the castle. Guys, you got to go up there because the view looking out over the town is amazing. But also, they're quite happy for you to just go up there, have a cup of coffee, and just admire the view. They're not expecting you to go and get a meal, with like some places do. But yeah, it is a lovely place. Right. So let's carry on down. So Jazz has given the thumbs. That's one thing I can't see, guys. I can't see how many thumbs I'm getting. So it'd be always interesting if you can tell me how the thumbs are going. I've got 26 in the house at the moment. Rob says he's now Rob comes from I always get stuck on this. I know where you are, Rob. He's in the US. He's in a place called I keep thinking, I don't know what it is, but I keep thinking Idaho, but he's not. Anyway, he's going to tell me in a minute. I forgot. But yeah, Rob's definitely got cold weather there, especially when he's got snow. So James is in the house. We got Phil. This is good. Keep it going. Yeah, it's good to keep it going. That's the main thing. I've got Clive in the house now. Susan's back again. Susan's saying it's 21. Oh, right. I'll see what you're saying. I see what you're saying now, Susan. You're saying you got gales and rain. That's not so good, is it? I expect it's probably a bit sleety as well, isn't it? I've got Rob. Rob's in the house. Ola. That's not how you spell Ola, Rob. Come on. So we got Paula saying Mercia Christmas lights are on tonight. Never seen a tree being lit so spectacular with fireworks. All right, so you'll be down to see the lights then. Now I'm hoping next week to pop down to Cartagena and see the lights. But I must say it's worth a visit to Mercia City to see the lights as well. They always put a good show on. I'll just take that off a minute. So Paula is saying, oops, knocked that off there. It's currently 17. Yes, that's what I mean. Even now, this evening, it's 17, even though I think it's a little bit chilly now, be honest. But I've got the central heating on at the moment, but not down here in the basement. That's it. Rob is saying it's Agilis, which is Eagles. I'll be honest, I've been there many a time, and I've never seen one eagle yet. But I have seen eagles, obviously, up on the Spooner, so not too far away. So I think it's about 20 miles away. But I mean, obviously, eagles fly a long way. But I've never seen actually any in the town. Is Neil in the house? I expect he's lurking out there somewhere, Phil. We'll have to wait. So I think Phil's saying we got 21 likes. Hang on. I must do the old 21, eh? So I'm hoping by 10 o'clock tonight I'll get about 50 likes. That's what I'm aiming for. I love that. One thing about this bit of software, he gets a bit of background music with it. Oregon, that's it. See, I don't want to keep thinking Idaho. Oregon, that's it. I knew it really, Rob, but you needed to remind me, that was all. So, yeah, 21, Susan, well done. I expect it's gone up a little bit now, because it's gone up, because you still saying it's 23, which is good. Deb's in the house, even from a rainy Lancashire. I would imagine, looking at it now, I would imagine the UK's got a bit of wet stuff, bit of wet and windy. It's got Colin there. Yes, yeah, that's very good. Merry Christmas. Navidad, isn't it? That's what it is. Harvey's saying, and the VR goggles. Yep, in the castle of Agilis with the hairnet. No, that one in Agilis that was in that other place down at San Juan. But yeah, interesting place. But funny you should say that. The castle's got the same name, San Juan Agilis. But Harvey, we saw the VR goggles in the San Juan castle, town. I think it's called San Juan. We're getting mixed up now. Evening, Jonathan. And obviously, Rob's given me a sort of a map reference now, north of California, west of Idaho. So I was nearly right then, wasn't I? Idaho, probably a bit more west, and we're probably talking about a couple of thousand miles, no doubt. So, where's Steve, your sidekick? You two are like Laura and Hardy. You could get him on there with the live, says Phil. Well, I expect Steve sat in front of his 90-inch TV screen with his all-round sound system, watching some amazing film. Yeah, I did say that I would get Phil. I'll get Steve and Ivy to come over one evening in the new year sometime, and we'll do a little bit of a chit-chatty thing, because I know people enjoy that. So I've got no questions yet, so I've come to the last of me people now, 22 in the house. So anyway, okay. So I've got to give out a big shout out as well to George. He knows who he is. He's a top man. He's contributed to the coffee fund hugely. Now, I want to, because last night we was talking about pesetas and things like that, and he said it's instead of the pesetas. But George, you're a top man. Anybody wants to contribute to the coffee fund, I'm most obliged to. There's a link below in this video to my coffee fund. It just keeps things ticking over, doesn't it? Right, here we got one from Colin here now. Do your children come to stay with you ever? Funny enough, you should say that. I think we had our granddaughter come over with her partner about 2 or 3 weeks ago. They stayed for the week, which was really nice. Yeah, they do come over. I'll be honest, my lot come over probably about, because obviously at the end of the day, it is the expense, isn't it? It's not just about catching a flight, hiring a car. They want to go out and do things as well. Yeah, they do come over. I mean, obviously when we first moved here, everybody was over here. Like they do. Yeah, but we do. Yeah, they do come. But at the moment, the wife's gone to visit the grandkids, because some of the grandkids are like babies. And she's gone to Germany at the moment. She's going to, obviously, to the Christmas fairs. They've got lots of snow there. It's -10. I don't miss any of that. Phil's just giving me a thumbs up. That's top man. Rob is coming in there with British Airways, has a non-stop flight from Heathrow to Portland, Oregon. I wish they could do that to Germany. I don't know what it is with Germany, but when we try and catch a flight to Germany, we have to go all over the place. And sometimes it's cheaper, funny enough, to go to, say, Alicante to Manchester, and then Manchester into Germany, or Alicante, because my wife's last trip was Alicante to Madrid, Madrid to Paris, and then into Munich. But I suppose that's the way it is. And to be still honest, it's still cheaper doing all that than getting in the car and driving up there. And it's quicker, isn't it, by flight. Phil, has to be said, Sean, from all videos, when you first moved to Spain, you look so much better now. More chilled. Do I? I mean, yeah, I do feel more relaxed. I'll be honest, The other day we had a really grey, dampish day here, which is unusual, and it came over me. But today it was a lovely day. I didn't do much. I'll be honest. My wife, one of the tasks my wife left me to do was to do the Christmas cards, and all I had to do was write in the Christmas cards lots of love from Gran and Grandad and those sort of things. And then I got to post them on Monday. No doubt it's going to cost me like €30 in postage, but hey oh, it's Christmas, isn't it? But that's been my task. But I've left it as always a bit late. But I'll go, hopefully, because tomorrow's Sunday, isn't it? So I've got another day, and then I've got to go down to the post place on Monday, probably go down to Best Wishes, give her a load of cards, and she'll add it all up. It's got to be a better way in there. But anyway, I know a lot of people now not bothering with cards, but then end of the day, it is nice to receive a card, isn't it? From people. But it's true. What happens to those cards at the end of the day? They either get reused or they get put in the bin, unfortunately, don't they? But it's still thinking of you. That's the main thing. Right, Deb's saying, do you cook a turkey for Christmas dinner? Obviously, I don't personally. I'll be honest, but I think since we've been here, I expect it's the same everywhere now. That turkey costs a ridiculous amount of money just for a bit of meat. I mean, I think the past couple of years we've had chicken and we've had probably. I'm a chicken eater. I'll be honest. I'm not very good with beef. It's to do with the teeth, see, chewing part. Yeah, we don't tend to have. You can have turkey here. We can get turkey. Obviously, I've got Bonnie just down here a minute. We've got. I call it Tesco's. They sell turkey, but I think you're talking like a huge amount, €50 or something ridiculous for a turkey. And to me, it's quite dry meat. We don't, but obviously. I think next week we're going to have a Christmas meal, and you can get Christmas meals. And to be honest, to me, a Sunday dinner is like a Christmas meal to me. With all the trimmings. I think the only thing you're going to get extra, obviously, on Christmas would probably be Brussels sprouts because we get it all here, and pig in blankets. I think that's what you call it, and the old wrapped up sausage with the bacon around it. But to be honest, it's cheaper to go out and have a meal at one of the local restaurants and that. We haven't really. I'll be honest. One thing I haven't done since I've been here is gone for a Spanish Christmas meal, not knowing what they do. So I think that'll be on my list when I see my Spanish friend next week. I'll ask him what they have for a Christmas meal. Because they do celebrate it slightly different. They seem to celebrate it on Christmas Eve more than obviously Christmas Day. What you call it now? I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we was talking about because the Spanish they have two Christmases. They have one on the 25th. And one on the 6th of January, which is the Three Kings. And what they do, the kids get so many presents on the 25th, and then they have so many more the other presents. They're not really having two Christmases, really. They just have the presents split up a bit. Well, that's what they tell me anyway. Bengal Bert, he's in the house. Well done. And Robert's saying Lufthansa has a non-stop flight from Portland to Frankfurt. See? You got it easy there. It's not so easy here. Top Strictly Come Camposol Man from John. John, I don't watch that stuff. I haven't watched that stuff for years. Like Susan saying, sun really does lift the mood, Sean. I tend to send Moonpig. Yep, we used to use Moonpig. And I'd imagine we'll probably be using it this year as well, because as always, you always get a card from somebody you don't think you're going to get a card from, and they send you one. So then you feel, I better send them one. And of course, obviously, like being a place like this, which can take a couple of weeks to get a card there, it's that Moonpig's pretty good in it. But I think we send our mum some flowers and sweeties by Moonpig as well, which is quite handy. Adrian, hello, Sean, from the windy, cold coast of Blackpool. Gold Coast. I said the cold coast, didn't I? The Gold Coast of Blackpool. Yeah, top man, Adrian. Right, Jonathan. Would you recommend retire? Would you recommend retire? Of course, I would. Well, would you not retire to Spain, Jonathan? I mean, obviously, things are different now, aren't they? With the Brexit, that word Brexit it's never going to go away. It's made things so much more difficult, unless obviously you got an EU passport, you got an Irish passport. Then hey, that doesn't make it so complicated. But yeah, I mean, I couldn't wait. I mean, I've been thinking about moving to Spain when I was working, probably in my 40s. So that's always been on my mind. I mean, I suppose if you never really thought about retiring to anywhere, I mean, obviously you want to finish your work, and get your pension if you survive that long. And you want to enjoy life a bit. This is what, at the end of the day, to me, it's about the weather. It's not about the location so much, I don't think. I mean, obviously, all those sort of things come after, don't they? The location, the community, your activity, I suppose. If you want to be an active person, and of course, with the weather, it's the thing, isn't it? I mean, if you go to a country and it snows, snows. Rob will know this. That snows, say, 9 months of the year or more. I don't know. I don't know how you keep going, Rob, myself. But to me, it's about the weather, because I can bet for sure we're going to get a couple. I think next week at the moment, we've got a forecast of a rainy day, 35%. Now, it could probably change just like that and it'll go on again. But to me, getting outside, thinking I can just go for a drive or something, go down to the beach, walk along the beach with the dog. Yeah, I mean, and obviously this time of year it's really quiet. You can go down to the port. There's not going to be so many places open, but it's still going to be pleasant. You can just sit on a seat, look at the sea. If it's really cold, then you go in a cafe and have a nice cheap coffee. So yeah, of course I would recommend coming to Spain. But obviously I know it's not easy for some people, unfortunately. Right, here we go. George is saying, does Bonnie prefer chicken or turkey? I'll tell you what, I would not give her turkey because of the price of it. She does like chicken, I must say. I'll be honest, I would imagine she likes turkey. Thinking about it, she does get some of her dog food sachets that she has, because she has sachets. She doesn't have the tin stuff. She likes it in all the expensive stuff. And obviously in there, they say, has it really got chicken in there? They say it's got chicken in there, or turkey, whatever. But she will eat those sort of things, yes. She, bit of meat. Who's going to turn that down? Rob's saying, lobsters and prawns are the traditional Spanish Christmas meal. Right. So I'm definitely not going to like it then, am I? I don't mind the prawns so much. I'm not too sure on the lobster. Probably if it's like crab, I suppose. I've had crab meat before. I suppose I could like that. But I will check with my Spanish friend next weekend, and I was questioning on. He probably has a Christmas dinner like us, to be honest. And we got EH from Australia, so that's got to be either early morning. It's got to be early morning, isn't it? And we're probably talking in the future now. We're probably talking Sunday morning, maybe. she's not going to say, no, it's, it's middle of the night, but I would imagine we're talking Sunday morning. But I know I'm going to be wrong, aren't I? And or croquet honies. What's that then, Rob? Cocky chant. I don't like the sound of that. That didn't sound nice. Deb, what do you miss most about the UK? Well, obviously, I've got to say, the first thing I've got to say is obviously my kids. Got to say that. Yeah, I do miss them. What else do I miss? That's a hard one, that. What do I miss the most? Other than the kids, obviously, because I know they might be watching. And you better be getting ready for bed, you lot. I would say, I don't know, there's nothing really. I can't think. I think, wow, yeah. I mean, my wife, Jan, she went back to the UK in the summer and she wanted to get a caravan up in north of Wales. And I thought, what? You want to get a caravan in north of Wales where it rains 256 days of the year? I think she then suddenly realised, yeah, maybe that was a good idea. But for me, nothing. To be honest, I can't think of anything that would pull me back to the UK. I mean, I'll be honest, there's some places I haven't been in the UK. I've never really explored the east part of UK. Like, what am I talking about? Burdett Matthew area. That's the where all the boats hang out. No, nothing really. Because I mean, if we're talking about food, I'm like Marmite. I still got a good supply of Marmite at the moment, and you can get that here, obviously. We was talking about tea bags. I think tea bags are like gold here now because the price of tea bags here has gone through the roof. But I hear it's probably no different in the UK. But other than that, I, I don't miss anything. I can't think I miss anything in the UK. No. I can always remember when I took the car back and I went in. I was on the boat this time. Guys, when you're travelling back from Spain to the UK, go by boat. Tell you what, it takes a lot of stress out. All that driving you got to do through France and that. Get on that boat. Anyway, I can remember turning up at Portsmouth in the morning, really early. We obviously all got woken up, and we was looking out over the dock. It was drizzling. It was grey, and then we got off the boat. Traffic jam all the way up to the New Forest. M27, I think, and then we had a bit of clear stuff. I was actually moving down the motorway, and then when I got near, I would say Ferndam, because I was heading towards Palsy, traffic again. I didn't. All the stresses of my life come back to me. So that's why I don't miss it. Hate it. I'm 46 and been dreaming of returning to Spain for the past 20. Well, I'm Phil. You're the man that was me. See, keep doing that. Keep dreaming it, and it will happen. Your dream will come true, because that's what I was doing for 20 years. About your age, 46. Well, a bit younger, really. Obviously, what I always say to people is come over to Spain, different parts of Spain, find the area that you want to settle in. You haven't got to say, oh, I want to live here, but you can just travel about. You sort of get used to some areas that you like. And yeah, keep dreaming the dream, Phil. That's what I'll say. Right. I could go to Arizona. Yeah, but that's just desert, Rob, isn't it? Arizona's desert. And it ain't far. I'm right in thinking not far from Mexico, is it? It's all those drug people. EH? Oh, it is. So, you're in the future then. Early Sunday morning. Well done. I mean, I imagine, because obviously in Australia now you're coming into your summer season now, whereas we're whacking into our winter season, unfortunately. But tomorrow on Sunday, our temperatures are going up to 23 in the shade, which is pretty amazing. And Rob's saying a chicky carnos is a succulent pig. Oh, I can safely say, Rob, that ain't going to be on my Christmas list. Gordon, apart from the weather, what do you like most about living in Spain? Okay, very good. That's a good question, that. What I like most about Spain. I'll tell you what, the Spanish people, I made some amazing friends here. And this is the hardest bit to understand. Now, I can't speak much Spanish. I can speak a little titchy bit of poco, as they say, of Spanish. And I got some Spanish friends who can't speak any English. So you can imagine. The funny thing is, even though we were laughing at each other, obviously we use Google Translate on certain sentences, we still get on. And what I love about them, they're so what's the word for it now? Accommodating. I mean, I had a friend who I didn't even know his parents. He showed me his parents. He welcomed me in. He fed me. He bought music and things like that. And it's just, I thought, you don't even know me, mate, and you offered me into your house. Um, and I've met some amazing people over the years here, and I do love the Spanish people. I'm not going to say everyone's the same. Obviously, you'll still get some grumpy old gits, don't you? I mean, just like us lot. But I've met some amazing Spanish people who've really made me feel at home. That's been the main thing. Obviously, the community is another thing. I didn't think the last thing was in my head that we would love living on a, as they say, a little Britain site, an expat site. And to be honest, that gets up my nose a little bit when people, oh, you're living in an expat community. We're not. We've got a lot of Belgians there. When I go for a coffee in the morning, we've got a little group. We're all in our little groups. We've got a little English group. We've got a little Belgian group. We've got a little Frenchy group. We don't see the Germans so much, but we've got Germans here. And we have got some Spanish here. Yeah, but I think one of the other things, we're all happy to help each other. If somebody's got a problem, there's always somebody there who will always put themselves out to sort you out, and that's one of the things that I've loved here. And I think if you've been watching me from the beginning when I moved here, I think when we first got here, we was already thinking about when we get too old and decrepit, we're going to move down to say Isla Plana. But now since I've been living here, I know I would miss the community surrounding me now. I mean, yesterday I went out to do the Camposol Explorers, and we had some new people. And with me, they keep telling me their names, and I keep forgetting. There was a lady there. I think she's watching it tonight. Dee and her husband Steve. I kept forgetting that she had a partner. I was saying, "So you're by yourself?" Then she says, "No." Anyway, I, and we all made friends, and it was interesting about the conversations. Yeah, I mean, I love all that. The other thing is Spain's such a vast country. I love exploring. I mean, and I think I've now virtually explored the area around me, and now I'm going out a little bit further. And the other thing I love about Spain is their road system. They got an amazing road system. You can drive from here on Camposol down to Gibraltar in just over 5 hours, which is, to me, is amazing because it is a huge distance. But their road systems are amazing. I will be honest, their train system here in Mazaron is pants because I haven't got one yet. But not far up the road, Sultana El Hammer, which is only about I don't know, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers, something like that. I'm still used to the miles because here it's all kilometers, isn't it? And they're building the high speed train, and I would imagine in 5 years' time we can better drop on that. At the moment, it's a bit antiquated with the train system there. It's like if I wanted to go, say, to Alicante Airport, you could have done it. At the moment, the train stations they're upgrading the lines and they're shut, so they're using buses. But it's it's quicker by taxi or a car, really. But once that train's going again, we'll be able to go straight up there. And the other thing with Alicante Airport I'm on about, they haven't got a train system that goes into the airport. You have to catch a coach in. But I'm sure over the next 10 years, they're always improving things in this area. I mean, obviously, if you lived in Valencia or obviously Malaga, they got especially Malaga. I know that they've got an amazing system. I mean, when my folks lived, they lived on the outskirts of Malaga, a place called Cartagena Station, and you could come off the plane, you go straight onto the subway train, what you want to call it, straight into Malaga. You change again, and it cost me about €3 or €4, and he was in the town. I mean, I was off the plane, got my baggage onto the train. I mean, I was there at their place within the hour, and hopefully that will happen here eventually. They are even talking about putting a train into Mazaron, but will that happen at the moment? Probably not. But they're talking about it, and when they start talking about things, it's going to happen eventually. Right. I can see now, Mr. Oh, no. So Susan saying Norfolk, that's it. No, I've never been to Norfolk. Not saying I want to go there, but I suppose if I was travelling, because my wife's always on about travelling in a camper van or something, and I'll be honest, I never enjoyed camper vans, but Norfolk, yes. I can only dream. There's nothing wrong with dreaming about living the dream. It's just got to do it. Right, Portsmouth to Santander ferry sounds like an easy way to get there by car. Yes, George, it is. I'll tell you what. Okay, they can be pricey, but they do every now and again. If you can get onto their boats, I think it's Brittany Ferries or whatever. They're always doing these discount vouchers. And when you work out the toll fees and the fuel, it's just so much easier. I caught the boat. What was it? In the early morning. Yeah, early morning. I was on the boat for a day, so you sleep over, and I was amazed how quiet it was. I had an indoor cabin, which I didn't really like, but it was all right. No noise. I didn't have that. I can remember the old boats. You could hear the thumping of the engine and that, but there you didn't get any of that, and it was pretty smooth crossing. But I have heard, so don't think it's all. It can get a little bit choppy on the boat, I heard sometimes. But to me, I just think it's so much easier if you're travelling back to the UK or vice versa to go by boat than driving all that distance. So another Steve's in the house. Hey up, you're a top man. Oh, Sue, never mind. Expat again. Right, you can get the desert. Yes, you can. Yeah, it's called the oh god, Trabanis. I think they call it that. I'll be honest, when you're there, even though they call it the desert of Spain, to me it doesn't look like a desert. I mean, I always got the opinion it's all about sand and that, but it's not. It's quite rugged, and obviously when you look at it, because you've got the cowboy theme places there. I think you got Mini Hollywood, Fort Bravo, and there's another one. And you can see when you're there with the set, the background. You can see, if you remember the old spaghetti westerns, you can sort of visualize the background of it. But yeah, I've been there many a time exploring. It's another vast place worth checking out. It's the Trabanis or the Almeria Desert. I like the desert. Don't like the humidity or the bugs. I'm in the high desert of Oregon here. So yeah, but you got snow, Rob. But I know what you mean. Yeah, when it's hot, isn't it? Right, Deb's saying I've got 30 in the house. Will you be supporting? Will you be supporting in the? No, I take it on about the football, aren't you? No, I didn't realise next year in France is the is. Am I right in thinking next year in France is the Olympics? So Deb's on about the football, aren't you? You know what? I've never, all through my life, I've never. I mean, I obviously my mates have all been football fanatics, and I've been a. Can I say it? I've been I've always been an Arsenal supporter, but the only reason I've been an Arsenal supporter, I like the scarf, I like the red and white, the Gunners, I like that. But football to me, just don't get it. I mean, I was in the army, see, and that used to be a big thing on a Saturday and the Sunday. We'll all be in the TV room and they'll all be hugging each other and kissing each other because they've scored a goal, and they'll be going berserko, throwing the chairs about if they didn't get a goal. And I just thought, what's it all about? And I even I got dragged to a football match here in Mazaron, which I'll be honest, I was pretty, I wasn't completely bored. I saw a bit of action. They actually, kicked the ball, and when the bloke fell over, he was doing his dramatics. He thought he was dying, and the guy came running out with his handbag and give him a sponge. But to me, I take it that's what you're talking about, Dad, isn't it? It's about football, and I can safely say no. But I know the bars. I'm not too sure about the bars on the A, but I know the bars over on B. I think there's actually a proper sports bar, and I know. I think it's Trevi's, isn't it? Big place they got. Ali Pally's. I think they all got like the big football screens, but I'm not into all that stuff. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So I've got 30 in the house. I don't know how many likes I've got, so I'm just going to do a quick on that. Right, here we go. Here we go. Right, Neil's in. Do you think all the visas required, the expense and the red tape, i.e., driver licenses are putting off? Also, with the it's a lot easier before they. Yeah, obviously, no, you're right. I mean, before it all kicked off, it was so much easier. I mean, obviously, you still got to exchange your driving. I didn't. That's one thing I didn't enjoy is handing over my UK driving license for a Spanish one. But apparently, if you went back to the UK, you can exchange it back. And the other thing I didn't know about is when I exchanged my UK license, some of the categories on there I'd lost on the Spanish one. So when you hand it in, you've got to make it quite clear to them that you want what's on your card on the Spanish one, and they will do that. But once they do it, they can't go back on it, which doesn't matter because I'm an old bloke. I'm not worried about bloody driving a bus or a 7.5 tonner anymore. But that's one of the things I didn't like. I think, yeah, I think what it's all about is what you've got to have in your bank account. And obviously, the other thing is with people that have to come over on a non-lucrative visa, they call it the retirement visa because you can't work. So even though you can keep, I don't know, 56,000, whatever it is now. Check out Chris's channel, UPSTICKS. That's got all the information on there about how much money, because that changed this year as well. The price went up a little bit, but you can't work here. That's the other thing. So you got 5 years. Keeping that money aside. And obviously you got to keep. I think you do it 2 or 3 times with the visa. And once the 5 years is gone, then yeah, and then you're a proper resident, and then you can, do work and things like that. But for those 5 years, you can't work. Obviously, if you go for the golden visa, that's a little bit different. But then you're talking about 500,000 upwards. It's all right, very well saying you can, you and your friend can buy 2 or 3 properties that gets you over that 500,000. It's still. I think it's the complication of it all, because actually applying for the visa, I think it was like 300 and something pound we're talking about. You got to go to one of the embassies in the UK, and if for some reason your application's been rejected, you don't you lost that money. And I think another guy was, I think it's Cav, if he's watching tonight, you're top man if you are. He was saying they took his passport off him, which I thought was a bit off, but he took his British passport off him while it's going through the system. I think you got, what is it, 3 weeks. I don't really keep up with all that stuff because to me it's just too confusing. And I'm the last person you want to ask advice about the visas. Check out UPSTICKS. They got a YouTube channel for information, and also U2 Spain by Andy, or Scats as he calls himself. I mean, he does a very good channel on all about applying for visas, applying for an Irish passport to try and get around the EU thing. Because obviously, if you can get an EU thing, I'm on about EU passport. It cuts all that out, and like you said, Neil, it's that red tape, and I do believe, it's putting a lot of people off. And I think the main thing here at the moment has been not some. There's still people. I'm amazed the amount of UK people still applying for visas, which is amazing. But there's a lot of people that have had holiday homes there, and obviously this 90-day thing is just not working for them. And there are people selling their homes up now and have gone back. I've known a few friends of mine. They just don't. They like to come out here during the winter months because it's warmer. 180 days is fantastic, but 90 days doesn't. Some people it works fine, but other people it doesn't. So yeah, that Brexit thing has put a lot of people off. But saying that, there's a lot of people who's persevered and are here. And some of the people that came out on the group yesterday, I think there was about 3 couples that obviously, and it's still ongoing. I think they're into their 3rd year now, so they've only got 2 more years to go. Obviously, you do become a resident, but it is a palaver. Good question, that, Neil. Susan saying I've got 34 likes, so that's definitely and 34. Wow. So I've only got coming out of 10 minutes. I could, got lost then. I could get the 50 in before 10 o'clock then. Steve is saying, is Q? No. I can safely say it's not every night, Steve. The only reason I did it tonight, one, because Saturday night, there's nothing on the tally really. And after last night's mess up at the beginning, I thought I'd just do another one. I think tomorrow, because tomorrow, don't forget, is the free sticker Sunday day. When I do that, and also it's going to be for 2 stickers like it was the other day, because that's Christmas, which is the bumper sticker as well. Obviously, not a favourite of people, but I want to get rid of them now. But I'm not giving them away. So yeah, the free sticker Sundays tomorrow. And how it works, guys, because we get a lot of people seem to think if they put it on the comments after I put up the live vid that they're in for it. They're not. It's only the people that are actually on the live chat on a Sunday. And I'm not going to do an hour of it tomorrow because I just wouldn't have a magic wheel big enough. But good question, that Steve. But no, not every night. And don't forget, Thursday will be my last live my last live chat I do for the year. One, because it's the 21st. It's my 7th year anniversary of living in Spain, so I thought I'd make Thursday my final one for the year. I'll be back next year, but I will be doing the live chats from now until Thursday. But just let you know. So Susan's in again. She's saying it's 34. Well done. I'm not going to do another one yet. Rob is saying, who wants to work anyway? Very true, Rob. Who wants to work? I mean, obviously you got to work to get the money in, but yeah, I mean, I can't even imagine what it must be like working. Tabarnas Desert is what you are referring. Yes, that's what it is. That's what it is, Rob. Yeah, I've been. I quite enjoy going there because like I said, in some places it doesn't even look like a desert, but it's an amazing area because it is so vast. And I found a couple of abandoned places as well, which I thought was bizarre, middle of nowhere. Steve is saying nobody checks, just stamp the passport, crack on, nobody understands. Now it sounds like, Steve, I'm right in thinking from the new year you got to have another bloody like for people that are going on holiday to the EU, you have to have this visa thing. I think you go online, and I think it lasts for 5 years. More, like you said, more money they're catching off you, and I think that's the which will be like the where they'll be checking on your 90-day palaver. So it just money for old rope, innit? Better to do it then. Yes, better to do it now then. Yes, well, not today. Not today, Steve. Tomorrow, because it's Saturday. You get nothing on a Saturday. And Susan's saying I've got 38 now, so that's good. I'm getting up to 50. So I've only got 9 minutes left. Can I get an extra? I've got 28 in the house. I suppose I'm not going to do that, am I? Because I've got 28 in the house. That's not going to bring me up to my 50. But anyway, it's looking good. That's what I would say. Eamon, is Sector D too far away for civilization? Eamon, you can't believe it. Sector D is the largest sector on Camposol. And nearly everybody that I know that's come over the past 3 or 4 years all lives on D. So I wouldn't say it's away from civilization. I mean, yeah, I think that's why people look at it. They don't want to be near the bars. They don't want to be near all the noise and whatever. I mean, to me, it didn't bother me because, to be honest, you wouldn't even think it's a Saturday night across the road there. I mean, they're in the bars, but you can't hear it. I'm not too sure about B, but I would have thought if you lived in a villa near, even the shops near on B, you wouldn't probably hear nothing anyway. But yeah, a load of people live there. But it's too far for me. But if Kev's watching, I don't think he is watching at the moment. He's just bought a place on D. So, and I think some people, and thinking about it, Jazz and Paula, they've got these e-scooters and they use them as transport. They've got a car this time, they come over, but they were saying that they can go on their e-scooter and travel on their e-scooter all the way from D to B. And I've seen you, Jazz, with your shopping. You've gone into Consum and you put it on the bike and you travel back. And I've seen older people than me on their mobility scooters, so they can get about. And also, not forgetting, also you got the Campo bus that does pickups all around Camposol. It's like it's a community bus. You pay a small fee a month. I think you pay a monthly fee, and that takes you around. So you're not completely cut off from civilization. Amen. Rob, what are you paying? Oh, what are you paying for petrol and diesel now? Right. So here in Spain, thankfully, diesel's still cheaper than petrol, and I think I think the last time I was there, because what I do, I just put in €40 now, and that gives me like a 3/4 tank of diesel. I think it was 157. Obviously, you can. I mean, I just use the Gulp. I got like a discount card on my phone, and I get, I don't know, if I pay €40, I get like 150 off. But I think you can go down to the port. It'd be like I don't know, 147, something like that. You can get it cheaper, which is good. But petrol, I think, was like 173. I don't really take much notice of it, really, even though you obviously got to go there and fill up your car. So Jonathan said I got 40, and now he's saying I got 41. So 41 in the house. I mean, 41 lights is amazing. And I've got another one. I've got 36 in the house now. So guys, you've got to be some new people. I've got to get up to 50. So no problem, Amen. Pretty much. It's the glasses, that's what it is. Got a bit of mist on them. Do you have Sky TV or Netflix, etc., to enable you to watch English TV programs, as Devs? Yeah. I mean, we've got Netflix. We've got on about what we've got. I'm with CompuServe, and I've got what do you call it now? we got something extra on there, so we can it's something like it's like playback. I've probably got it right because I'm not a great TV myself. So we got like Channel 5, BBC, Channel 4, ITV, obviously, ITV, something else. Yeah, we got all the English programs, but there is somebody, obviously it's not official, but there is somebody that sells a stick. I think you pay a yearly fee and you have the whole lot. And I'm on about, Sky, all of it. Got that funny little sound then was not a rat, it was a dog. I think the dog was saying when we're going back up. Yeah, there's somebody that sells a stick, and they take a yearly fee of about, I don't know, 30 or 40 euros. I mean, to me, we got enough anyway. Like I said, we got and we got obviously Amazon Prime, which I use. Obviously, another thing about Amazon, we get our packages the next day, so that's that's another deal. But I'll be honest, the TV thing I think is a load of rubbish myself. But you can get everything here. I mean, I think the other thing, when we first got, we had a satellite system, and then we still got the satellite dish on the roof, but I never use it now. And you can get loads of, like Freestat, all those sort of programs, so you never get bored. And obviously, you can watch other programs. I'm on about, like German, French, those sort of programs. Yeah. I got Bruce in the house, all the way from Canada. Unless he's here. I don't think he is here. I think you're still in Canada, aren't you, Bruce? But you're top man for popping in. Rob's he's still hanging on there, Rob. About the same as when I was there. Yeah, I mean, fuel hasn't really gone up. I think it's starting to drop a little bit, but I don't think it hasn't gone up anyway. How big is Camposol, says Steve? It's big. Steve, it's like a town, Steve. That's all I can say. I mean, like we said, and I always hate saying it, we got four and a bit sectors. It's as big as a town. I think it's either 3,000 or 5,000 villas. And you obviously don't forget you got a golf course, 18-hole golf course here. It's a huge complex. That's why you got all the facilities. You got a supermarket, you got a bank, you got money exchange, you got the Spanish post office, you got the Spanish medical center, building a new hospital. It's all here. It's it's just huge. Like EH is saying, if you were to buy a game, which sector would you choose? I don't want to buy a game. Obviously, I still think I'd prefer to live where I am on A. Yeah, I think I would be. I still want to live on A. Would I want to be right next to the shops? Because I think I must be about the only nearest villa where I can just walk out my door. I'm in the shops within a minute. No, I'll be honest. Yeah, I think I would say for me personally, A. Only because I've been living here now and I quite like it as it being so close. I suppose B. I mean, the funny thing is, I've mentioned before that when I'm looking for the dog now. When I've been here before, when I was looking at the beginning, I should say, I did fall in love with a place on sea. And I've said at the time, if we had the money, we would have bought it and we'd have been living on sea. And that would have mean about, I would say, 5-10 minute thing in the car. Or if I caught a bike, but I don't like bikes, so I've never been on a bike. Walking would have taken me probably about half an hour or more walking up the Consume. It's as always. I think it's just luck where we are. I mean, I just can't ask for a better place. But good question at EH. Now I just noticed, it's 10 o'clock. No, it is 10 o'clock. Yeah. Bruce is saying he's got snow in Canada. I bet you got, when you say snow, I mean, you got real snow. We're talking about snow that's probably up past your body. And I expect also it's probably like 20 below. Just can't imagine that. Got a new lady on tonight. Got one called Nancy. Loves the chat's good. And Jonathan is saying we got 45 likes, which is amazing. So I got to do, and it's that time where I've got to say, even though I got 38 in the house, I'll tell you what I'll do. I've got 38 in the house. I'll just go over my time a little bit, just not to say, because somebody ready. So hang on, Rob. Hang on. I'm going to hang on a little bit longer. It's because I just thought, well, we've got 41 in the house. I might get this 50. See, this is even amazing. Stephen says, blimey. And Rob has already said that. But we're not doing that yet, Rob. We're going to hang on a little bit longer. Now, he's just noticed the clock above my head. Now, if you didn't notice, John, it doesn't work. Because can you see it? It's looks like that says 10 o'clock in the morning, doesn't it? Oh no, sorry. It is 10 o'clock. Well, it's gone 10 o'clock, really. But funny enough, see that clock above my head? One day I actually leant back onto the cabinet here and it fell on my head, which didn't do the clock any good. It actually knocked off the two arms of it, and my amazing wife managed to fix it, but for some reason now it's got loose again, and it's not really. I think it's stuck on that time, but I might be wrong because I think I just seen it move then. But that's amazing. I'm glad you brought that up. So Rob is saying pronto, or he's also saying it's a dead battery. I don't know. No, it can't be a dead battery because now, looking at it now, I can actually see. I think it must be. She must have fixed it again because it seems to be smack on 10 o'clock now. So that's pretty amazing. I'll just put that down again because that's it. I don't want to see the time, even though I've got the time up there. So I've got 41 in the house. Now, how are we doing? Are we getting near the 50 likes yet? That's what I want to know. And I've got no other questions then. So I'm just going to sit here a moment just to see any more questions coming up. If there's no more questions, then I have to say adios. But Susan's come in straight, and Jonathan and Susan have come in to say, I've got 47 likes. Some people would probably just come in now. What's he on about? I've got to do it. It's gone up to 42 now. So am I going to get this 50? So Bruce is asking, what is the temperature here? Well, at the moment, I think Paula was saying it was 17 at the moment, but today it was 21 in the shade, and tomorrow the temperatures, which is a bit unusual, it's going to be 23 tomorrow in the shade, and I think it's going to be a nice sunny day. Now, I believe next week, probably about Wednesday, at the moment it's sort of talking about 35% rain, and temperatures seem to be sort of in the 20s, so not bad for December, I think. But it does get a little bit chillier now. Now, we've got the central heating on. The other night, 2 nights ago, I did put on the wood burner, just take that chill off, which was pretty good. I got Rob, have you ever been to the US? You know what? One country I would love to go to, the US. I'm into drones. Now they do a drone meetup every year in Florida, and I would love to go down to Florida and meet up with a drone convention. And may it happen, but hopefully it happen one day. I got 49 likes, so we're getting there. It's sad that I'm hanging on for 50 likes. 39 in the house. Have you ever been to a bullfight in Spain, Des? I'll be honest. I've been in a bull ring, not when there's anything going on. I'll be honest. I've seen it on television. I understand the sports, and it's Spain's tradition. It's a bit like where I used to live in Dorset with the fox hunt. It's. But I'll be honest, I wouldn't go to a bullfight personally. I do think it's a bit cruel. I don't think they give the bull a fair chance. Somebody with a sword, come on, and they're stabbing the poor little thing. But yeah, I've been in a bull ring, but obviously it's like a museum sort of place where you're just walking around. I wouldn't want to be in a bull ring with a bull in it, that's for sure. But I wouldn't go to a bull ring, and I think Spain is sort of going down the route now where they're just using blow up bulls now. Oh, Adrian's saying I've got 50 likes, so that's got to be good. Right then. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do a quick flick through, because does it get mad when the exchange rate regards the state? Does it get you mad when the exchange rate fluctuates? Yeah, well, of course it does, Steve, because it goes up and down. But I'll be honest, the past year it hasn't sort of gone up and down too much, and I only keep enough in my Spanish bank account just to keep us going for the month. So I don't particularly worry too much about, I'm going to make 10 euros or 20 euros. Obviously, the more the better. But yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an annoyance. And I think next year we get another price. We get another estate increase, except I'm probably going to get a Spanish tax increase already. Jonathan's saying got 50, which I know, which is good. George is saying, let us see Bonnie. Might help the lights. Nah, she's curled up in the bed now. But good thinking that, George. I was born in Florida. Top man. I mean, I'm hoping to go there one day. I can't. It won't be next year. I know that, because I've got to go to a wedding next year. Love Florida, says Susan. Well done, 52. Right, so we got 52 likes. That's what I wanted. I'm going to say. Right. So I'm going to say adios, amigos. Very much for hanging on for an extra 8 minutes over my time. Catch you tomorrow. Now, tomorrow, I think it's just going to be me out in the garden because don't forget, it's Free Sticker Sunday. Anyway, adios, amigos. Have a fantastic what's left of the evening. Catch you tomorrow.